Hi, welcome back to another TBR Pick My Reads video. My name is Anna, and in today's video, we will be seeing or discovering together the books that I will be reading in the month of February. So, as it's also will be Black History Month, I will also be picking a book from my card here. There's I think, only one Black author I have that I know of on my card, my little card here that has all the books. These are just my 26 books that I want to read in 2026, minus the ones that I don't own physically. So every month I do want to pick a book from this card. So we're going to get started. And our first prompt will be the book with the longest title. So the book I have with the longest title is Where the Grass is Green and the Girls Are Pretty. It's this book. I don't know anything about this book. I just know that, if I'm not mistaken, I got this from the dollar store back in 2024. So our second prompt is the last book you bought. Okay, so this one won't be hard, but I also do have to get my phone. No, the very last book I bought is this. I don't want my bookshelf. So the last book I bought is The Book Thief by Mark Zozak. So all my little stuff fell over, but we got them back. Okay, so we have third book from the jar. Okay, so this says a book you have started. So I have multiple books on all of my shelves that I have started. So I'm gonna see which ones I have, and then I'm gonna show you. So it was between The Ministry of Time and If He Had Been With Me, and I really don't want to read If He Had Been With Me, so I'm going to go with this. A book you've seen on Book Talk. That's very easy. Book I've seen on Book Talk. Okay. For a book I've seen on Book Talk, I'm going to go with Quicksilver by Cowley Hart. I just went on Book Talk like a few seconds ago, and I did see this book, and then I just realized that I have not explained any of them. So once I'm done picking the ones I know about, okay, this says free reign, which means I can basically pick any book I want. So for my free reign, I'm gonna go with Colleen Hoover Verity. For I've had this book so long, and when I just started reading and I read Colleen Hoover, before I found out how problematic she was, I used to read her books, and this is the only book I own physically for her. So I either really want to read this and like it and keep it, or read it and not like it and give it away or donate it to my library or something. So yeah, and we're gonna pick our last book, and then we're gonna do like a quick run through of the books. So let's see. Oh, a book under 200 pages long. Okay, let's see what we have. So, for my book that is under 200 pages, I decided to go with The Ocean at the End of the Lane. Now, this was on my January TBR, but as of recording this, I've already decided I will not be able to get to this in January. And so I will be reading this as my book under 200 pages. And for my book that I'm dedicating to Black History Month, to read at least one book by a Black author, it will be Children of the Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. I might be saying that wrong, don't mean to butcher it. If you watch my 2026 books I want to read in 2026, you probably already know. I have no idea what this book is about. to memory, but someone was talking about it on BookTube, and I really liked the concept, and so I do want to read that. This was recommended to me by my librarian. Have no idea what this is about. She says if you would ever read one Neil Gaiman book, it should be this, and so there's this. I think Verity follows a writer who, yep, follows a struggling writer. Something's about to go wrong. I tend not to read the synopsis of books because they kind of spoil it for me. I just go based on what I remember, or I just go blind. I started reading this, I think, I don't know. I started reading this a while back last year. I was going through a time where I didn't want to read a really big book. See, it's 556 pages. I was like, no, but we'll see if I can muster through, or this was on a really good sale, I think. That's why I bought it. This follows the Ministry of Time, follows, I think, um there okay, so this girl works for a company that is basically taking people from the war who would have died, like they're pulling them from the past into this futuristic world to see how to survive. So they're taking people who would have died so that they don't change the timeline. And I think when you come into the world, you have like a partner that lives with you and shows you the world. And so our main girl, kind of, I think she develops a bond or some attachment to the guy who she's partnering. I think that's what I remember from my memory. And the book Thief, this I think this is the story of this. Debt is the one that's telling the story, and if you've been here long enough, you know my obsession with the personification of debt. I love debt telling a story, debt being a part of the story. Ever since I was a kid, that's how I realized I really do love poetry. I read a lot of poetry about debt. And so one of my favorite poems was Because I Could Not Stop for Debt. Funny enough, when I did this humanities course back in 2023, 2024, that was one of the poems that we did, and I wrote this really wonderful piece on it. I could share it with you sometime if you guys would like. So that's that. I bought this solely for the color, the way how the red, the earring, which is a kind of gold with the blonde in her skin. I bought this solely for the color, but I think it follows some upscale girl pretending to be someone else or something along that line. But yeah, these are all the books that I'll be reading in February. Let me know what are some books that you want to read, and if any of my books somehow is on your February TBR. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful year, month, day, week, hour, minute, second. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.